Okay, I'm going to start my speech in 3, 2, 1. So, as we know, right now, the countries around the world define into two kinds. There are independent countries and there are developing countries. Independent country is a country that usually doesn't have any worthy natural resources, but they have a smart mind that can think of using their surroundings to be a profit for them. As for the developing countries such as Indonesia and India, they usually have these immense worthy natural resources, but unfortunately, they don't know how to process these resources into a better product. With these conditions, independent countries started to build their investment in the developing country by building a foreign company that operated in the territory of the developing country. What is exactly the foreign company? It's a company that is formed by the independent country that has a capability of processing natural resources into a better product of its own. Usually, this foreign company has a better aspect in every terms than the local company. That's why the foreign company can do whatever they want with the resources that's in the territory in the territory that they operated in, because they basically don't have any competitors at all, since the local company cannot equalize their performance. Unfortunately, all this time, people that live in the area of the foreign company's operation don't really seem to receive any benefits from it, because the foreign company only hire an intelligent man that they think can be beneficial for them. As for the local people, while the local people are jobless, because local people usually are not as intelligent as the foreign workers, all they do is seeing their resources taken away by the foreign company. That's why we need the foreign company to have a minimum quota of hiring local workers. With this minimum quota of hiring local workers, local people at least don't have to worry about their job. They guaranteed to work at the foreign company. To make this happen, we have to do two simple steps. As long as the foreign company operated in the developing country's territory, for example Indonesia, they are bound by the rule that made by the government there. So all we have to do is create a rule or a policies that force the foreign company to have a minimum quota of hiring local workers at the local people as their workers. And the second one, as we know, the foreign company only seek an intelligent man to work at the company. That's why we need to do the second step. What exactly the second step? Well, the second step is we need to give the local people a proper training and study that's so that they can compete with the foreign workers, or maybe they can be better than the foreign workers. Why? Because the local people really know the conditions of the area that they operated in, because they basically have lived there for a long time, while the foreign workers have no idea about it. They basically just moved there. With these two brilliant plans, we not only the foreign company receive benefits, but the local people as well. And second of all, in my opinion, as a developing country such as Indonesia, we have to be the one that process our own natural resources. Why? Because as a developing country, we need much money to build our own country. That's why we should build our own company that can equalize the performance of the foreign company. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to do that by doing two simple steps. First, we have to hire the local workers that have worked in the foreign company, so that our workers have a knowledge about what to do. How are we going to do this? Well, we will going to do this by offering the local workers a higher position than the one that they have in the foreign company, so that they interested in joining our company. And second of all, we have to support to develop this company. It means that we have to buy our own product and we have to love our own product. And by doing this, we can be a successful country. Why can I say so? Well, take a look at the countries that have done this before. For example, Saudi Arabia and Uni Emirat Arab. They were once developing countries but they started to process their own natural resources into their own products, such as fuel and and whatever in that country. So right now they are a successful and a prosperous country. To develop this such company that can equalize the performance of the foreign company, it might need a much money. But if we were to succeed like Saudi Arabia or UEA to process our own natural resources, we will receive a multiple times profit than we have spent to build the company. So from the very beginning, it's all leading to make Indonesia or any developing countries to be an independent country from the very beginning. From the minimum quota of hiring local workers to build our own company, it's all lead to this. It's all lead to make our own country better. It's lead to make our own country to be a successful country than we can ever imagine. So that's why we need to achieve this kind of successfulness. We have to have the foreign company to have a minimum quota of hiring local workers, and then when it's all settled, we have to do the second step by building our own company that can equalize the performance of the foreign company, so that we can process our own natural resources, not just the foreign company. So we have a benefit from it. So that's why by doing that we can be a successful country, not just only a normal country, but like a Saudi Arabia or UAE, we can be a better country than that. I'm very proud to propose.